Hey, Composing Gloves here, and today we're talking about saw leads with Harmor. So, why do I have a whole video just for saw leads? Well, because there's some of the most common leads you're going to come across. So, there's just they could just sound so different. There's a million ways to make this thing sound really unique. So first, let's write out like a simple line. Let's bring it into this territory. We'll go dun 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 dun. It's super great because it uses every harmonic in the spectrum. So here we go. That's pretty cool. So now let's talk about this. So this is our starting. We've made every sound from here. So it's going to be a shocker. So let's talk about using this wave specifically. So the one way is we could bring down the harmonics as a whole. You get a square wave. So we could automate that. That'd be interesting. I'm going to bring down an octave. I'm going to show you a particular one that I like. So, okay, so we come over here, do that, right? Okay, cool. Now I want to turn on my unison by 2. I'm going to bring the pitch variation down to almost nothing. You have to have it on for it to work, though. Bring the panning all the way down. And I'm going to automate the phase. And you'll be surprised at how different this can sound. And on top of it, I'm going to make it a rolling phase. I'm going to even write the notes lower. Now, if we play some faster notes, let's do something like this. Come in here. And let's even vary the boss. And say that's the lead we want. Now, with the phase, the way I've done the phase here is a little not the greatest. So let's delete this. And let's just very gently change the phase over time. Let's distort it. So that's one way. Now there's something called the super saw lead, which is it's just a saw with a crap ton of additional saws, and it's basically like chorusing a bunch of saws. So let's go to a new one. Here's the super saw lead. You've accomplished it. Now we can turn on portamento. There's a fly in here. I don't like that. Now you might not like. That might be more of what you're looking for in a lead. Now, with leads like this, vibrato is generally needed. So I'm gonna link to a controller. I'm gonna make it to my mod wheel. Now let's apply this lead to the same idea, except for let's create an automation clip of phase, and let's make it a longer phase automation clip thing, and we're going to bring the phase down over time. And I'm not attached. There we go. You notice it slowly changes. Kind of an interesting idea. We could make it randomized spectrally. And let's add a little bit. So, okay, now let's add some reverb to it. Longer decay, different filter shape. Now, of course, there's always distortion. I go to log too much. Just go to soft saturation. Or sign crush. I want that upper end touched. So that's pretty cool. Now, on something like this, distortion may not be the best idea if you want to play chords. So you don't want that much distortion. So it's just a very versatile thing. So we could even turn the pluck on. Now you get that noise from the pitch variation. Now what would be interesting is if we turned on Hertz mode. Came in here, went to harmonic unison pitch, varied this around. And then we went to harmonic randomness. Where are you? Now, different reverb would be necessary for this kind of sound. And let's turn on the sub. Nope, no sub. And we can mess with different. The secret to the dynamic saw lead. As you can see, it's very few buttons. Let's get rid of this distortion. So that's pretty cool. Down in the bass it works as well. It'd be interesting to make it monophonic and bring it down. Now let's bring it back to a saw wave. So anyways, yeah, it's a super saw. It's a pretty basic idea. Maybe somewhere in there you saw something you liked. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you hated everything. Then you're probably not into that kind of style. If we bring the face down. So you probably heard it. Now, of course, there's subject to a bunch of post-processing, like tons. This is just the beginning that you start with. Like, for example, if we were to apply like gross beat to this, gross beat, we could come up with maybe a cool thing. Whoops. And I'm just going to leave it on the trance. Now you could do that, sure, you could do that within Harmor, but it's going to be a lot more work to do it. So, anyways, that might be something more that you're looking for. Maybe you're like, oh, he hasn't shown me what I want, but then you're like, oh, it's the secret is hidden in the post processing. But the general saw lead is a fundamental that you like must know. If you have any questions, let me know. Subscribe and have a blessed day. Today we're going to talk about the fruity vocoder, and it's going to ramp up to the vocodex, which is completely insane. So we're going to talk about vocoding, what it is, and this is a pretty simple vocoder. It was intended for live work. Here's a little demo of it.
Follow Composing Gloves on Spotify and subscribe to his YouTube channel.